We're in the midst of experiment. Don't change too many things too fast.
I really should learn to play with these computers someday. But,
Did it or didn't?
It'll take too long to respond. Let me try another simpler site. It's be a very bad connection.
But it's doing something.
Doing something, yes. And yes, okay, we have internet.
We're on! I'll just stop it before he changes it and we're off. Don't change anything, we're on.
Do something like that.
Anyway, left my vehicle sitting up on Short Mountain for, God, a couple of years. Because when I found out that I didn't have a license any longer, it was been suspended or something for whatever reason. And so I came and went on my bicycle and I left it there. Yeah, I was living in the vehicle when I was there, and I decided I was going to finally drive back to Minneapolis or thereabouts to, get a grip on my license again and see what's happening. And so I take down off this mountain about 70 miles away in Nashville. The left rear wheel fell off and just disappeared at 65 miles an hour down. So I had to get off the freeway. I was up against the divider thing, but by the time...
And you went over an 80-foot cliff.
Well, by the time I got off the road, I was already I had a story for the law, Well, I had a driver, but he was raptured. He took the wheel with him.
Darn how that happens.
Yeah.
That's the third time that's happened to you. Raptured driver. You've had raptured driver syndrome, isn't it?
Yeah. Years ago, I came up with the idea of selling rapture insurance. That's, if you get raptured, doesn't mean your spouse or your children or anybody are going to get raptured.
Right.
Somebody's got to pay the rent and the mortgage and keep food on the table. So I thought I'd sell rapture insurance. And so, if you're raptured, your family's taken care of, or even if they're going to hell, they still got a chance, I guess.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Keep them.
Right. So, and I figured, in the fine print, of course, you'd have to prove that they were raptured. And, of course, how are you going to prove that? So you're never going to have to pay out, right? The insurance company scam, you never have to pay out for it because nobody can really prove they were raptured. So I thought I'd put it up to the 700 club, maybe go 50-50 on it, halvesies, and still make millions. But recently I have heard that somebody is actually doing, not an insurance thing, but...
Yeah, stick your face up in there and look at yourself until you think you've got a good face on. Now talk and be animated.
That's suggestive.
Where's the snake? Where's the trouser snake?
No. I was doing that for the edification of I was sitting outside of the coffee shop up on the street at one of the little outside tables, and I was talking to a friend of mine who I hadn't seen here. Apparently his wife is having a baby any minute. Maybe she already has, but anyway, so we're sitting there talking, and I was working on my snake, and right at the stoplights, there's this huge van, this 20-foot van has at least 12, maybe 15, look like college freshmen kind of kids in there. All young men. Maybe it was the Eagle
Don't
Scouts.
demonstrate.
Oh, it was so funny. It was just so funny that, things you can do with a chainmail snake. But those kids in the van were just about ready to riot.
Use your imagination. Yeah.
It was hilarious. Yeah. Again, it's a show them young men will not soon forget.
Jane, his wife.
His dog Elroy or his son Elroy.
We are on the air.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
Maybe we can show.
Now I could. Have you got a FireWire connector on that?
No. Well, I think it'd be like a connection you could plug a FireWire into.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You have a FireWire input.
Wow. Are we gonna go like?
Your other window.
Because I can run a FireWire connection from my other camera.
Okay.
So if you are, you zoom in something.
Oh, you want? Okay, how about if I put that camera on? There, there, that camera is on.
That's pretty.
All right. Okay.
So if you
Okay.
go to urtvforums.org. This will be the page you will see, and you have to be a registered user to chat, which you can register. I don't know if you guys can see the mouse or not, or the cursor, but it says right there to register, whatever. And then you just click on right here where it says chat, and you will get a separate window here, and you will hear the Jetsons sound.
Yeah.
And
so
you can chat. So you can chat right now, be a part of the tea party with this man right here. Aww. You can E or T chat, however you would like to call it, and we will respond to you, hopefully obscenely, because it's not actually going out over the channel. We can be much more
Right.
fun over the internet. We can describe to you what the gag or the whatever
The
you pulled on the
American
bus
trousers.
kids or whatever.
Well, you know,
Well, look, now it's on my show. Me.
Yes.
Ha ha ha. It's the Mad Scientist Tea Party, right?
Right.
Well, I'm drinking tea. Hi, boys and girls.
hi, boys and girls, and those who can't decide.
The reason that we're going to do a weird tea party tomorrow is because of Bell Share.
What is Bell Share, John Black?
No, I don't know. You're supposed to be. I thought you were researching that. You're not. Somebody's researching the history of Bell Share. Who's doing that?
Ah, wasn't me.
Okay.
I was
All right.
getting the address for WLS, which I did.
Yes, I know. I got it, and I meant to go by there, but I didn't. I was at home and I was asleep, and I had a dream.
I'm gonna spike your tea if you don't mind.
I might mind. Don't be spiking my tea. Oh, you. All right. So anyway, I was at home. I had a dream, and I have never dreamed this before, but I dreamed that I was a woman.
Really?
Yes, and to boot, I was a lesbian, and I was having sex with another woman. Oh, I already said this. That it was hot. Okay, and
Well, that's an interesting dream.
so when the alarm clock went off,
Oh, you were angry, huh?
I turned that thing off and rolled back over.
Like, please go back to sleep. 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 Please go back to sleep.
This is true. This is a true story.
Now, I've had some of the best dreams I've had are when I was quitting smoking and I was on the nicotine patch.
Uh-huh.
If you leave that thing on overnight, man, you will have some wicked, vivid dreams. I mean, like, it's real. It is real. Like, when you wake up, you're disoriented because you're so, like, wherever you were, you just thought you were there. And so you wake up and you're like, what am I doing? Well, I was just, riding a horse through the woods. Like, how am I in my bed now? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, they're that vivid. And, of course, if you have some really good dreams of, like, your nature you're talking about, the more vivid, the better. Yeah, there were definitely some waking up like, oh no, go back to sleep, please go back to sleep.
You know,
It was very sweet and very tender, very touchy feely and cuddly.
So you think you make a good lesbian? Is what you're
Oh, absolutely. I'm telling you, I know now that they have got it going on. Now having tried it, don't knock it till you've tried it. That's what I say. Now,
I know, it seems
I
That would have been a good segue to the 620.
never dreamt I would have tried it, but I did, and as happenstance would have it, and my goodness,
So you kissed a girl.
oh, more than I didn't mean to go into any more detail than to say
right.
very very cuddly and what
on
have
the
you.
subject of intense dreams, not of that nature, mind
Right.
you, but
I was
just,
like, oh god, we can open a can of worms here. There's no going back.
I find the most unique experience almost pleasurable to wake up out of a nightmare. If you've done that, just the really quick waking up.
Oh,
Right.
thank God it's over.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just
force
I do it
myself
all the
awake
time.
out of dreams like that once in a
you
while.
almost feel yourself physically rising out of the things sometimes,
Right,
which I
right.
find very interesting.
Well, it's funny you said you had I had a really strong dream last night and woke up. For some reason, I was riding around in Rapid Ralph Runs the Roads.
Oh, were you in the car
And
with
I was
Ralph?
in the car, and you were there.
I know.
And we were driving, and he was driving like a maniac. And there was like this curve, like alongside of like a pond, and he's taking his curve like 60 miles an hour. He's like, "Look what Karen can do," and he's like driving through. And for some reason, his vehicle was like way bigger in my dreams than it actually. I mean, he had like big like mud tires on everything. So and he's going like 60 miles an hour at this turn, and he's like missing the road, and we're starting to go into the water, and I'm thinking, oh, well, he's got big old tires. It's not going to be that bad. But no, of course, 60 miles an hour, you hit water, you know, it's like, boom. And then we start rolling. And then when the car stopped, my alarm clock went off. And I woke up like, thank God, because I don't know, y'all were not looking too good. But it was really bizarre. I was like, what? And why am I dreaming about that I'm in the car for Rapid Ralph
Slow
Runs the
down,
Road?
Ralph. Slow
Yeah.
down. You know.
He's a madman.
I used to always
I
have this.
hate it. Ralph cannot watch the show. He doesn't have cable. Don't you hate
What do we
that?
have to do, man? We run cable ourselves for him?
Do you have cable?
We got a big spool of it over
Do you
there.
have cable at your house?
No.
No.
Got a big
What have we got to do? Run,
We
what have we
just
got to
connected
do?
a
Run
pole.
cable for you?
What?
Yes.
Actually, I don't think that's quite true. I'm pretty sure he actually lives here. So
Yes, I am here as much as I am anywhere else. Actually, more than anywhere
I
else.
know. You see a good bit of the.
I don't get to see any of the late night stuff though, because we're closed then, and that's the stuff I really want to
Yeah,
watch.
you miss
Yeah.
what you want to see.
Right.
That's Murphy's Law. Yeah.
I mean, some of the programming that's on during the day is good, but I can't just sit and watch it either. You know, I can glance, and I really enjoy watching this show.
It's better than nothing. Though. I mean, at least you are able to monitor what's going on the air. You have an idea. You
Right.
know, are we on?
Right.
You know, or is the picture right side up on the screen? You know, can you hear it? Are the people blue and green?
Right.
You know.
Blue People was fun. We had Blue People.
oh,
Right, we
while
did.
we're on the forums, I should report that glitch I saw last night.
Oh yeah, you
Does
should.
anybody join the
yeah,
chat?
he wanted.
Join the chat. If you're a user, a registered user, or even not, go there, register, join the chat room, and you can be a part of the Tea Party.
He was asking me how do you report if you see a problem? You know, like if your show isn't getting shown, or if your show gets cut off in the middle or something. And you see that? How do you report it?
on the channel.
Yeah.
I would email or call Kurt.
Yeah,
Oh,
but he wanted.
directly not on the forum.
Well, right now,
Well, if I wouldn't do it on the forum.
Okay.
Not something that's with the channel. The forum is, obviously, you're giving somebody time to read it at their leisure, kind of thing. Whereas if
Right.
it's something important about the channel, get in touch
Well,
with them as soon as.
It's over with now. So I mean,
Right.
After my show, the next scene to come on came on like halfway through it, played for 30 minutes, and then played the DVD ready screen for another 30 minutes.
see what I
Yeah,
mean.
definitely let him know that because he needs to
See.
know. And when you see something like that, note the time and the day.
But Kurt's not here.
Right,
And
but he can still look back on the server and figure out what went wrong. So I mean,
Well,
he
that's
could
what he
still when
wanted
he
to know.
gets back.
He just wants to know like where to report it.
I do it. His email, his email, and his voicemail.
Okay.
Well, I think we're gonna step out for just a moment
Okay.
or two.
Is he just
one of
KURT?
CURT.
okay.
Yeah.
Watch out for the wires.
You want to come out this way? I
I've
can
laid
move.
traps.
I'm so wired. I have to go mellow caffeine.
Is it working? Is it working for you? Is the tea party good today?
Yeah, it's good tea, good muffins, good cookies.
Did you get some of the other tea from the?
Not yet, but I was just grabbing that one because it was closer. But
Yeah.
I have this thing with caffeine and nicotine. That's the yin and yang of poisons, kind of. I figure if I do both in quantity, that it's like doing nothing at all. So
What a unique philosophy.
that's it's
Shared by many, I grant you.
that was like kind of like the beer and cheese philosophy too. Like if you eat a lot of cheese, you get kind of hugged up. If you drink a lot of beer, you kind of get loose. And if you consume like a pound of cheddar and a 6-pack, you'll be
Your stomach will spontaneously erupt out of your body.
you'll be good to go.
The proportion, you might have to tinker with the ratio.
Right, it might be like the alien.
So yeah, that's the yin and yang of caffeine and nicotine, and the yin and yang of beer and cheese. I'm from Wisconsin. I know all about that beer and cheese.
Let's see. Oh, it's me again. Hi. I don't know. I like that. We'll just go from that shot to this shot.
Yeah, there's no reason for
Like
anything.
super close to super wide.
Yes.
That's wild, huh? Yeah, you might want to.
I can move all the way back and still be in the shot.
Yeah, you can. As a matter of fact,
It's crazy. You can see this wall because this camera's
I
not
know it.
anywhere near it. It's literally line of sight for the camera would be like
you can
here.
you can literally
So
see
everything this
three,
way of my hand, you should not be able to see.
Right, you can
And
literally
you can see the wall.
You
This
can
is the
see
wall.
3 walls of the room.
That's crazy.
It's a wonder you can't see the ceiling.
Well, you could. You almost can.
You can see the floor. I don't want to see the ceiling. We already see the light, and we know how far that is. We're like inches from the ceiling.
It's true.
So
Well, you kind of see up in that one
yeah, you
corner.
can. You can see one corner up there. Yeah. No, not quite, but almost. Maybe. Yeah.
I'm trying to see where that pole is. Yeah, that pole and
Uh-huh. Yeah, we're inches from the ceiling.
that. Dun, dun,
If
dun.
we don't see the ceiling, we're seeing inches. We're an inch off. Yeah, it's true.
So we're 5 out of 6 walls here.
I
I'd say
think
that's a pretty good lens.
with just a little, we with a little bit of work, if we put it in that corner over there,
You might
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we could come up with 4. We could come up with 4 walls, a ceiling, and a floor. That would be one heck of a view, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You won't be happy until you view the camera with your own camera, will you?
Well, we have.
You can see the camera.
Where
but
is
you
my-
could- It's like, can you see your?
I have this system set up here, which if you have a see, this is what's doing it. You see there's one of those over there.
Oh, is that the telephoto lens you put on there?
No, it's the wide angle. See,
Oh, okay.
And I've one on this one now too.
Yeah.
And this has a FireWire output on it.
Okay.
And if you have a FireWire, where's your FireWire input?
I don't know.
You never used it.
I think it's one of these.
Those are
Those
USBs.
are USBs.
Okay,
What
what
does
else?
the FireWire look like?
Let's see what the other side of your computer looks like. Let's see that. What's that got on it? No, you got a chunk out. Oh, I don't know what those things are.
They're like microphone and headphone slots.
No, like the slots.
I don't know what the slots are either.
I bet they get to something.
This is a second-hand computer,
Yeah.
and now I'm unplugged.
What's the brand?
Toshiba.
Okay. I'll bear that in mind. Maybe I can come up with some external parts for you. Your whole thing pivots, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You got a pivot screen.
A tablet
That's
even.
huh?
You can
That's
do like this.
fancy.
and
Yeah.
write on it like that.
That's a fancy one. Was that your brother's?
That was my brother's, yeah.
And he gave it to you. Did he give it to you for free?
It cost $200.
Oh, he sold it to you. However, $200 is not a lot. Do you want it back in the same way? You want-
just grab and stare at this thing for a minute.
All right. Oh, Alfred, a cup of tea. Get up there with it. Drink a cup of tea for us.
I want some tea. And that's what I really look like.
Oh, did you hear they did a nationwide poll recently and discovered that 22% of Americans would support a secessionist group in their area?
A secession
Secessionist group.
group.
Yeah.
Secessionists group in their area.
Yeah.
What percent?
22%.
Oh, we have to do better than that, boys and
I know.
girls.
It's a shame.
Okay.
Well, I suppose
Okay,
those
we've got to
22%
do
are the
better
ones
than that.
provide, like survival gear and weaponry.
We got to do better than
Or something,
22% now, boys
a lot
and
of
girls.
A lot of secessionists.
You can do better than that. Get out, talk to your friends and neighbors. Whip up a little secessionist group in your neighborhood.
It's okay to hate the government.
What is it? And like with the folks in
Strongly dislike.
where's that place like in Asheville up that's near town? That's all the big old houses. Montford.
Montford.
Like you could have the Montford secessionist group, and then over in another neighborhood, your own personal neighborhood secessionist group. It sounds like a lot of fun, and anybody can do it.
It's a good craft project.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Secede from the city.
And it's patriotic in its own way.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it Thomas Jefferson that suggested we have a revolution every 20
Yes,
years
he
or
did.
something? And
I
you ought to
know.
know.
So how many years are we behind schedule?
Well, I've been revolting all my life.
Okay, I know. I've heard that. People say, they say,
About 25.
They say, Badger is revolting. That's right.
Yes, yeah. I'm a revolt.
We're due about 25 revolutions at once.
25 RPMs?
Yeah.
Right. 25, yeah. Right. Yeah, I like speaking like that when, like doing some kind of Star Trek voice. I should probably do that for a living. Yeah.
My brother's band that I'm in, he's hooked up a filter.
Couldn't that be your band that your brother's in?
No, it's his band.
Okay.
We just had a revolution. It was like 45 years ago. It was it November 23rd, 1963? The government was violently overthrown. And
Oh, yeah.
1963.
That was
Yeah.
more of a coup
That
d'etat.
was a coup. That's the difference between a revolution
So
and a
a
coup.
revolution is when we win, and
a
a coup is when we
revolution is
lose?
a popular revolt
Right.
led by the people, whereas a coup is
Much more fun. It's more fun to say.
If you're the one with the pulling the triggers.
a coup is
the
the
government is
is the
usurped
sound
by a small
sound
few.
that a pigeon makes or something,
right.
or a dove or something.
What
I just
coup?
thought I-
What
just
coup
thought I
did we
would-
have on 63?
Oh, Kennedy got
When they
wasted.
put a bullet in the president's head and took over the power of the government. Did you know that happened?
I
I
well, I have to
actually,
disagree with you there.
You do.
Yes,
How come?
because that predisposes that they didn't have the power before the bullet.
Well, they didn't have as much as they wanted. That's why the bullet. And that particular president had already made some statements concerning reining in a little of that power.
All
He now I don't want to imply that there could have been CIA involvement,
I would.
but John Kennedy had made statements about busting up the CIA, similar to similar to trust busters and things like that. The power structure there to lessen it.
Yeah, apparently the CIA is kind of.
But using prostitutes to douse unsuspecting Johns is vital to the national security. Blackwell, come on. Can't deny that. Why do you have-
Nobody would want to stop that,
So,
nor could they.
has anybody heard more of Dennis Kucinich's starting the
Impeachments.
impeachment, the articles of impeachment?
There's periodic progress on that. You could Google that right now for us. You could-
All right. What am I googling?
Dennis Kucinich impeachment, Bush impeachment.
How do you spell Kucinich?
Oh God. No clue.
You could just articles of impeachment would do it.
Well, personally, I think they should all be hung for war crimes, but
Hung for war crimes is a good. It was suggested here on this show by the Mushroom Man that the Hague it would be in the up to the Hague, which it appears as though that the people of this country are so lackadaisical about what's going on that it's going to have to be up to the Hague and also this regime, while they're in power, have passed laws pardoning themselves for everything they're doing in advance.
right. It's like, yeah,
So-
it's
I
insidious.
don't find anything in July. I do show something here from June, I believe.
Okay, have you tried YouTube?
I have not tried YouTube. Let me try YouTube.
You could try YouTube or articles of impeachment. And Kucinich, I think, starts with a K.
Yeah.
Yes, that bit I got. Everything else is a bit of a mystery, but I
You
got
can
it.
also just straight out Google Kucinich, and if you spell it wrong, it'll.
It did. It did. That's what I got.
Cool. Yeah, those things are amazing. I have to learn to play with one someday, maybe.
You've not been playing with them at all.
No, I used a computer once when I needed to like type up some stuff and have it printed. Those legal things that I had
Right.
to take care of, and so I figured it should. Mostly I just handwrite things, and Of course, nobody reads handwritten stuff anymore because if you don't send them something email, if you send them a handwritten letter,
Then they have to
through the
actually
mail,
wad it up to throw it in the
Yeah, then
garbage.
they have to actually-
Whereas if you email it to them, they can just push a single button to delete it.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, John Blackwell. Do you know KLF?
KLF?
Yes. Justified Ancients of Moo Moo.
Huh?
It's a band from like the early 90s.
Oh yeah, I think I.
Say, what's their name?
KLF, also known as the Justified Ancients of Moo Moo,
No.
furthermore known as the Jams.
Doesn't sound like a band that I know.
Okay.
I don't believe I've worked a show with them.
You should check out their music. I think you
Okay.
would enjoy it.
Okay.
I got plenty of YouTube stuff here. The earliest is from a month ago.
A whole month.
Yeah, it's basically just him reading the articles of impeachment.
Okay.
Maybe there's a...
Well, I know, but something has gone on since then. I mean, first he read the articles of impeachment, then I know that
In violation of his
the clerk-
constitutional oath to faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and to the best of his ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States, and in violation of his constitutional duty to take care that the laws be faithfully executed, has both personally and acting through his agents and subordinates misled the Congress and the citizens of the United States about a threat of nuclear attack from the nation of Iran. The National Intelligence Estimate released to Congress and the public on December 4, 2007, which confirmed
Okay, I have this idea, and it's going to kind of involve all of us.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, that's hardly anarchistic.
All right.
First,
here's-
we get a knife.
No, I'm going to move the whole table over closer. I'm going to move it over this way.
Okay.
Oh, and y'all don't. Okay, there you go. You get on one end, and I'll get on the other, and we'll lift it up and walk it toward this camera.
As long as the legs don't fall off
That's
the
good
grid.
enough.
Wait. We got a leg underneath the cable there.
Like one leg.
Good.
Grooving. So
Grooving.
now we're closer to the camera.
Careful.
No, real close to the camera. Eat that thing.
Yeah, then I need some.
So, and there we are.
Did I get some of this kind of tea already or not?
I just poured myself some, but so I see a muffin over there in the toaster.
Oh, are you ready for another?
Yeah, I better eat one.
All right.
I mean, it was just sitting there.
Do both halves of it. It's not hot anymore. Do you want me to reheat it?
No.
I'll let it pop up. I'll let it go.
Well, I'm easy.
How you like
Yeah.
that jam? It's not bad, is it?
No, it's pretty good. I don't know if I've ever had dark cherry, the red, black cherry.
There
jam.
we go. I don't know if we look much different this way.
Maybe. I know I've changed. I looked much younger from this angle
I see.
or something.
Right. Yeah. Damn near prepubescent.
Well, speaking of younger, yeah, I've been staying, when I'm at Miss Bonnie's, I've been kind of staying out in Martha's place. And there's an incredible picture of you and her. You know, you're wearing a black leather jacket and your hair is dark.
Right.
And you're smiling, you know, and you're really a handsome young man.
And I'm half the weight that I am now. Yeah.
Well, you're,
Yeah.
yeah. Guess we're just getting old, ain't we?
It happens.
You know?
I don't know. That's not too bad a shot. I like that one pretty good.
You think we could ever paint more of this studio?
Well, I have a new can of paint,
Oh, you do?
which I want to repaint. I found a shade I believe will key better than this one does.
Okay.
So basically, anything with the blue is kind of
Key.
Yes.
doing
The keys on blue.
One thing I would love to do is paint that edge over there.
You're not the first person to suggest that. Several other people have suggested that we take it at least up to the door frame as a minimum.
Yes, I would hardly agree with that.
And so, you know, that's we'll take that into consideration.
I can hardly watch. It makes me just, want to have a seizure.
Oh, does it really?
It's almost as bad as flickering fluorescent lights.
now.
Well, a lot of people. I understand that we lose a fair amount of audience for they just can't stand to watch it.
Well,
Well, you know what?
could induce
None of
flashbacks.
us have to watch it.
No, it's
Put
fine.
up there. It's over, just like that. You know,
Well, I mean, it's really cool.
that's okay. We can be blue. That's the blue is nice. I like the blue. I like the molecule.
What kind of molecule is that?
It's a science molecule.
How many we got going around there?
It has no,
Wait a second. It's
it
got
has
four. Okay, that's
It
not
has
a
no
real
nucleus.
molecule.
Well, a nucleus is a small thing anyway.
Let's see.
It's just that thing that means science. Science. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess you are the mad scientist, so.
So I mean, you can
Science has
count.
to be
You can.
part of it.
We did that one time. We counted them and looked them up on the periodic table and decided what it was.
Oh, those. I mean,
Now
now that I look at it, I'm infuriated by it.
Are you infuriated?
Just a bit, yes.
Oh, try to contain yourself.
Well, only because, I mean, all those little circle things are supposed to represent like energy shells and stuff like that. And we've got like 4 of them at least on each ring. It's a mind-numbingly silly thing to comment on, but there's
It means science.
science.
So again, we get back to the debate of an artist. Clearly, this is an artist's rendition of a scientific thing. So now we're on the other side of it. Before we have the science taking over, the computers taking over let the artist have some input. Well, here's an artist's rendition of a molecule that is pretty much defies the laws of physics. Is what you're upset about?
I think that before any decision of any gravity, of any consequence is made, that you should consult an artist, a philosopher, and a physicist. And then after having done that, if there's any problem with all that, you could get rid of the philosopher.
And the philosopher would probably be the first to agree, being philosophers.
Or not.
Or not, exactly.
As I get, which is I got that from you. You know that you had the or not in that from way back years ago. You remember?
Well,
And
I guess it's, was part of my thing.
so kind of, but you do a double duty. So you could be after a double share of this because you could say I operate as artist philosopher. Or not.
A philosopher.
A philo-
I think
or
Frank said that.
or artist for.
Well, doesn't that make some neat designs on the surface of the?
But
Makes
people,
me wonder what's in that.
Oh yeah.
what
It's
people,
got some cool.
Well, that stuff burns, I think. Really.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what has happened. You have used
Ah,
this
the
spoon.
butter,
You
the
have
butter.
used this spoon for butter,
Yes,
haven't
I have.
you? Right.
Another mystery unraveled by the
That's why you consult a physicist.
Amazing.
That looks like oil.
the scientific.
That's why you consult a physicist.
butter would do that. Wait a minute.
When the philosopher is stymied, the physicist can often
Yes,
straighten it
yes.
out.
the solution being either more explosives or more butter.
Yeah, I don't know what's in those things either, but I've seen them, sprinkle and burn. They,
Right, it's like
I think that non-dairy creamer product does that too. I think.
right.
I was told that the blue type was that Dick Cheney is heavily involved in a big stockholder in the people that manufacture that.
Uh-oh.
So
Well, that's the last time I'm using that.
yeah.
Aspartame or whatever.
Oh.
So that's why I got
It's brainwashing powder.
it is.
Uh-huh.
It is.
Well, what are you bringing brainwashing powder to? Well, I guess if we're
I
gonna,
found that out
if we're
after I'd bought it and brought it. I'm not buying it anymore. Now I buy the green stuff.
Well,
Darn
it's
Well, we
called,
could use this, for It's always a matter of do you use your powers for
There's
good
the
or
pink
do you
stuff.
use
There's
them
the
for
pink.
awesome?
There's the
And
pink.
we could use these for awesome. You know, we can bring people back, bring them to the Tea Party. Have some sugar. CIA killed JFK. Have some more sugar. IRS is completely illegal. Have some more sugar. The income tax is unconstitutional. Have some more sugar. We'll bring them back, man. We can bring them back. And that would be using your powers for awesome.
Yeah.
See,
Oh,
because you
yeah.
can use your powers for good, or you can use them for awesome.
Well, sugar is the gateway
Use your
drug.
powers for awesome.
Yes. And don't be good, be fabulous.
And
9/11 was an inside job.
now look at that.
Use the sugar.
The molecule looks good in the fisheye, doesn't it? It just really it kind of.
It does.
I still say it defies the laws of physics. Phooey.
But we need more. We
Phooey
need
on your
more. We
brainwashing
need more. We
powder
need
in
more.
your-
More light on Badger's face. We need to. There you go.
Well,
There we go.
I'm just eating like a cow.
He's hiding under
I
the
think you're going about this the wrong
under
way,
his
John.
brim.
Oh, I should be yelling that instead of whispering, huh?
No, it should be reversed. Because the trick is to get him to buy the sugar.
Right,
So, JFK was an inside job. Buy the sugar.
right.
That's how you make the money.
Well, I don't know so much about the chemical goo that pretends to be sugar, but sugar is the gateway drug.
Right, for sure.
That's it. I mean,
start giving
you
your baby
wanna-
sugar as soon as they're born.
Well, the term gateway drug is such a stupid idea. It's a nonsensical term because if you're saying that something leads to something else, well then birth was a gateway drug. The enzymes that you experienced or your mom released upon squeezing you out was literally
Copulation
a
is
gateway, literally a gateway drug. Birth, literally a gateway drug.
get that adrenaline rush.
oh,
that
but
dopamine.
everybody that gets born doesn't go to heroin.
right.
No, some find television and religion. And others stay.
And worse
the
things.
opiates.
Ooh, this is good.
The opiates
Mix them
of the
there,
masses.
MR2 together. It's good.
Lemmer too.
We were discussing whoever we were. Maybe it was just me. There's a lot of me, but we're discussing why people like, this Stuart Coleman, for example, who apparently has, more money than,
God.
anybody can really use, but and he wants more apparently, and somebody else is saying that there was some guy that got $700 billion or something, whatever, and people say, oh, why don't you just give it up, take a chill, relax, you got more money than God, whatever, and it says, but it's a way of keeping score or something, and I think these people are really psychopathic personalities that. I mean, if they went after liquor like they went after money and power, they'd be, stumble bums in the gutter under a bridge or dead by now.
Oh, dead.
But,
Yeah, they would
really-
OD'd wild. They would OD'd and
They would have died a long time ago.
Right.
But
On the other hand,
Sure. If they just began to eat their money, even in large denominations, they would die. They would kill themselves of it. It would
They could smoke it if they wanted to,
It would be
but that would kill them too.
if they smoked it, it would be so much more fatal than marijuana. If they smoked it in the largest denominations they could get, they'd be dead soon.
on the other hand, we're the ones taking money so seriously. They're the ones who treat it like a game. Maybe they had the right idea after all there.
well, I don't know. I don't treat money seriously at all. It's nice to have enough for coffee and tobacco, but
Oh,
Welcome to the Rich Boys Club.
Feed your-
poverty has been a part of my
feed your addictions. Feed your addictions.
yeah.
Found an interesting site a couple of nights ago. I'm not going to mention it because that would be product placement. But what it does, it lets you make little icons, this sort of like personal logos, that sort of thing.
Oh, right on.
And I made a couple here.
Well, email me a link to that. Anytime you find a cool thing, email me a link, dude. Email me a link.
He wants to be in the know.
Yeah, I need to be linked up. I like to go to cool. I'm
You
up
send,
all
you send
night.
more emails than anybody I know, I think. I get more emails from you than anybody else.
Is it
And
annoying?
it's usually like multiple things in a single email. It's never just like one thing. It's always like,
Sometimes. Is it annoying?
no,
Okay.
but just don't get upset if you did you read the one. I'm like, well, I didn't
Right.
read
You
that
did.
one.
You mean you didn't watch all
30
268 hours of video that I linked you to in that big one?
Right.
Because I sent out one that it would have taken days,
Right.
literally if not weeks, to watch all the.
I'll tell you, that butter's doing some weird, interesting things there to the palate.
Well,
Well, maybe it's the weird
you did it.
chemical goo.
powder.
The brain powder, brain powder.
Brainwashing. Oh, no. Oh, that's even a generic one. I think we can you get busted for product placement
Well,
for
see,
generic brands?
there's pink, blue, yellow, and green now.
Oh.
See, the pink is the old one, the original one, the cheapest one. Blue is the most common one now. That's in everything.
How do you say this word? Phenylectanurix?
Probably.
I don't
Contains-
know.
It's not for me.
Phenylalaline?
Oh, phenylalanine.
Right.
Is it phenylalanine?
I
Look
don't know.
at it and see. Does that make sense? Phenylalanine.
Yes.
Okay.
You're asking me. I'm trying to.
Yeah. Well,
What are phenyl then phenylcotanurix?
No.
Nerds to you.
Well, read it.
No, I can't see it. I don't have. I'll have to use.
Have more brain powder.
Now I can see
What is,
everything.
what is it? A NutraSweet. I don't know exactly what NutraSweet is made out of, but
I thought that was
that's
saccharin.
Phenylalanine.
NutraSweet was the red, with the pink one, right? And that was
no, that's the blue one.
what was the red one?
It was hang on, the pink one.
Sweet and low.
The pink one is saccharin.
Right, and that was Sweet and Low though, was the brand or whatever.
wasn't saccharin supposed to be a carcinogen?
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, I remember reading years ago.
Aspartame is not looking real good either, so.
Yeah, probably not. Well, yeah. Anyway, yeah, there was
put
something
some butter
about
in there, it
something
neutralizes
about the NutraSweet when the FDA approved it, and they suggested, well, you don't want to really put this into, too many food products or like sodas, for example, because people will go through a lot of them. And then I heard, later that this stuff fakes sugar so well that you gain weight by doing NutraSweet, because it fakes the sugar that your body just falls for it and gets fat or something. I also heard that when it gets
Basically,
warm,
sugar that gives you cancer. That's what.
yeah, and then there's another thing I heard, and this I think came out of the first Iraq War, that they shipped all this, diet sodas or whatever to the soldiers, and it sat out there in the heat, and all that crap turned to formaldehyde. So
Really?
yeah, so you heat up NutraSweet in a cola can apparently in the desert, that it turns into formaldehyde or something.
And
What if we can do it? Can I do the macro?
no, you can just. What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna do the macro. I'll put it back. Keep talking.
Don't get your fingerprints on it.
Huh.
Look at that! Like someone just tuned in, and they see this giant hand.
That's pretty.
There you go.
There we go. We're
What
fogging.
did that do?
Well, we're out of
All
focus.
right. Oh my.
Macro equals no good.
All right. Now watch the TV screen as you do it. Look at the TV screen.
That's
Oh,
pretty close.
yeah.
That's within half an inch.
Yeah, look at the big screen. See what I mean?
Well,
I
you
wanna
can see the
show
little
that. That's
crystals.
bad.
Now wait a minute. Okay, keep doing that. I've got a surprise for you. Keep watching the big TV screen, because get over on the other side and watch the big TV screen, and I'm going to zoom it in. Okay? Well, but you got to leave enough room for me to get a shot. Okay? Okay. Get closer. There. Get closer.
This is
Or farther.
what?
Oh, there.
There we go.
Oh.
Get on one of the big square things.
Those are little sugar crystals.
I'm zooming it some more. I've
Tiny
really
people.
zoomed it now.
The tiny
Now
cities.
now get closer.
Is that kind of like
Oh, you were almost on it. See it?
that's that man-made
There.
building on Mars?
Look at
There
it.
it is, the Martian
You
lander.
can't hand hold it. That's the problem. When you get too tight, you can't hand hold it. See what I mean?
And there it is, the Martian landmass. It goes to show that Jesus even came to Mars.
There's the thumb. All right, you want to see a thumbprint? Put your thumb up there.
Oh, don't do it. That could be.
Okay, and I'll zoom in on the thumb. Okay.
Wow.
Now you need to move the thumb either closer or further somewhere. Yeah.
Wowzer.
Move it some more. Yeah, look at
Yeah,
that.
those are dust mites, aren't they?
No, the sugar crystals from the cookie.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
I like the idea of dust mites.
So not
better.
much, not bad. It's not far off a microscope, is it?
Wow.
Pretty darn good. All right, put us back. Put us.
That'd be interesting. Just have a violent thing going on back
Keep your dirty dust
on the
mites
green
on.
screen. Just have your thumb in the middle of the screen like that. That'd be a very interesting image.
Wow. Oh, that was
You're playing now.
I am playing.
experimental fun.
Can you find it? Don't cross that. Okay. I think you got it. You did good.
That was amazing.
Like I say,
What is better, number 1 or number 2?
someone tunes in
That's
right
a joke
now.
for people who need glasses. Number 1 or number 2? Number 1 or number 2?
What is that? A joke for me. Oh, okay. I'm going to the glasses doctor.
Right.
Number 1, number 2. Number 1, number 2. Okay.
I'm drinking all your tea
We're
here today.
back.
I'm gonna be raring to go.
Well, that's good. Oh! Guess what time it is?
It is time for the 420 roll.
Okay, and so it shall be done.
Well,
Okay.
the earlier one with
All right, does
Billy
anybody-
playing music was good.
Okay, what shall we do?
Oh man, I can't give a drum roll going that far.
Okay.
I am
More brainwashing powder.
at a loss of what to do.
Last time you were here, what did I show? Did I show you the one with Isaac singing?
You know, I don't know.